This is me, Richard Brooke.
And this is me, Maxwell Brooke.
And even though we don't look alike,
we're twins. In May 2010, we graduated from college.
And instead of getting a fancy job in this great economy,
we decided to dedicate our lives to a year of volunteer service.
By joining the United Church of Christ, we were able to document volunteer work across the United States.
In September 2010, we packed our lives into a Kia Sorento and started out on this journey. Hey everyone, we're in Earlville, Maryland. We're at Connect Stadium at the University of Iowa.
We are out in the middle of the desert.
We're in Biloxi, Mississippi right now.
We're here at the Safeway in which the tragedy at Tucson occurred. We are out with Join right now in the streets of Portland, Oregon.
We're here in Elkton, Maryland.
We're in Rockford, Illinois.
We're here at the dairy barn at Gold Farm and we're about to watch some cows get their udders pulled.
We are in West Philadelphia, born and raised. We are here in the Badlands. Greetings from Mexico, but if we take two steps that way, we'll be greetings from United States.
We visited over 40 sites, which spanned from Boston to San Diego.
We didn't know what to expect, but we knew that our lives would be changed forever.
We witnessed a wide range of issues, from homelessness and disaster recovery to migrants fighting for their families.
We met the mentally ill who were spiritually full, the well-to-do who were willing to give, and the young who had everything to offer.
Their missions covered everything from providing long-term health care, to educating youth, to simply being a friend.
Once we started our journey, we found that people go through struggle, recovery, growth, and faith to achieve good.
Neighbors help each other through hard times, churches aid the needy, and in the middle of it all, there are volunteers who make it happen. This is their story.
Deep in Mexico, they only make like $16 to $25 in 1 week. So that's what makes them come. That's what makes them come north, you know, and trying to cross.
Mexico, so close to the United States, yet so far from God. The life of these kids are going to be probably a life in which they're going to be condemned to a cycle of poverty, many of them a cycle of violence. Many of them will probably end up, getting involved in drugs or selling drugs in order to survive. So their future doesn't look too good.
When you see the situation right in front of you and you look into the eyes of the people who are trying so desperately to save the lives of their children and their families, it becomes a very different thing.
Every year, over 200 migrants die crossing the desert from Mexico into Arizona. They cross because they want a better life for their families. For most of the migrants, Mexico cannot provide this for them. 18-year-old Miguel lived in the United States for 13 years before being deported. He is struggling to live in Nogales and wants a better life for him and his family.
I don't like Mexico. I was born in this country, but I don't like here. I don't like the food. I don't like the people. I don't like the violence. Now, a lot of people they want to cross the border because how I told you, they wanna have a good, better life.
He said to me yesterday, I'm going to cross. I'm going again. And I said, Miguel, you're not going to do this. I have to do this, sure. I cannot stay here. I have to get back to Los Angeles.
I don't want to go out and find you on the desert.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah.
And I want you to know, if you are going to attempt to cross, you cannot do this by yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Because
the coldness.
Cold.
Everything.
But there are so many bandoleros.
Yeah.
And
gangsters.
And it's very dangerous. the drugs are going across, and somebody would come to you, hold a gun to your head, and say, "You're carrying these drugs, and if you don't carry these drugs, you're dead. And not only are you dead, your whole family is going to be dead." And they do this. He said, "I just need to get to Highway 8 by Casa Grande." And he said, "That'll take me 3 days." I said, "Are you kidding? You just don't know what you're talking about. And you cannot go, Miguel. You cannot go. I don't want to worry about you. I'll be fine, Shura. I'll be fine. I know I'm gonna make it, and my cousin's gonna pick me up on Highway 8, and he's going to take me to Los Angeles." Well, you know, it's a pipe dream.
After receiving blankets and exchanging goodbyes, Miguel disappeared. Miguel is one of the many migrants who cross the border every year. They choose to go through this struggle out of hope that they and their children will have better lives.
Some of these people just, you know, they're not looking back, they're just looking forward. And it's real hard to do, you know, when you're homeless, you know, as far as, you know, where you're going to eat, where you're going to sleep. The most important thing of being homeless, like, is food, shelter, and your sanity.
Folks have the impression that poverty is hard, but if you just are a little more clever, a little more creative, you can make it work. And the primary lesson of this event is it's not just that people aren't trying hard enough. And my hope and expectation is that as folks come here and experience this program, then they go home aware in new ways of what's going on in their own communities.
A group from Missouri is split into 2 teams. Both teams receive a family scenario, living accommodations, and a small budget to manage. They will be working with a temp agency and local organizations to earn money for the week. These scenarios are based on common situations many people face each day.
I just talked to the tip agency, and she gave me this address of a neighborhood house kids cafe. She told us if we could get there soon, we might be able to get a job and have a good day.
One of the lessons that we learn about people living in poverty is that control is hard to come by and powerlessness is rampant.
We have to make it 6 blocks in the next 10 minutes so I can work from 10 to 12 and then go back and get another job.
It's 10 till.
We're not making it.
You know, we could get there, be there on time or late. We may or may not have a job.
We have a lot of people say that something along the lines of, "I can't believe that we make people live this way."
First day was rough. This pretty much sums it up, rough and frustrating.
We were supposed to get a job. They said they didn't have anything for us. Then we were told we were locked out of the shelter, and we walked around in the rain for 5 hours, and now we're here, hungry and cold.
One pastor who did the program told me in anger late in the week that we had set up a system that was random, confusing, and impossible. I said, exactly, but we didn't invent that. We're simply reflecting what's already in existence in America. That's the kind of system that we have. So if folks leave here understanding that, then we've done something, I hope, toward creating a generation of leaders.
I'm recording. It's terrible. Can you see them yet?
You gotta take it out.
I see them. They're being rescued by the neighbors.
I had to get out. I just had to hurry and get out. So I dumped all the clothes in the suitcase and then got all my little boys' medicine and just hurry up and got out of here. I didn't worry about the furniture or anything because the water was coming up so fast I looked out and my neighbor's house was already flooded and it was coming this way.
It was May the 2nd on Sunday morning. We'd been raining for like 3 days and I had really not been watching television or anything, but I thought, well gosh, this rain just keeps coming and I need to go outside and check and see what's going on because I heard a lot of voices and I'm going to go check with my neighbors. And I went out there and the water in the street was about 2 feet. The firemen were out in the street going to house saying, you need to get out of your house because your house is going to flood.
I was numb about everything because I came back, I think that Tuesday, and we parked a couple of blocks up the street and I walked down with no shoes on in the water and the water's up to my waist. Everybody was just devastated because everybody was in the same boat.
I just thought, oh my gosh, you know, this is real. This is really happening. This is water and it's coming from the river. And what do I do? I mean, you're caught. You're trapped.
We thought that it wouldn't get over the counters. That's why we had all of our TVs and all that stuff on the counter high, because we thought we'd come back and be like everybody else. The water would come in, come out, and we'd be able to save what we could. Never imagined that it could go that high. My husband went first, and because I kept thinking, oh, it's going to be like everybody else's house. We're just going to go in there. It's going to be a little dirty. We're going to go in and see what we can save. And he came back, and he just had this solemn look on his face. I'm like, what is wrong? And he's like, there's not going to be anything to save. That first day, there was, like I said, there was that black sludge. We had mud. We had to get rubber boots and gloves and masks, and just to walk up there because the mud had just settled in everywhere. And it's like a bomb went off in the house.
In spite of the fears and challenges we face each day, volunteers and activists find ways to advance the lives of the people they serve.
Even in the most troubled places, there are still good people trying to help. In Pine Ridge, South Dakota, unemployment is at 80% and nearly everyone lives in poverty.
Yet every day, an organization called Remember improves reservation life through volunteer services and meaningful relationships.
Over the 14 years that Remember has been on the reservation, it's been more like a baby step scenario. And every year, the recognition is more valued and is more cherished by the people here on the reservation.
Remember services range from building bunk beds, repairing homes, and raising awareness. They also deliver food all over the reservation, which is roughly the size of Connecticut.
So today we're traveling around in a caravan with another truck, delivering frozen food packages to the local tribes on the reservation. Anybody from the community can come by to the school. We're going to churches, a school, a senior center, and another community center throughout the day, delivering, I think he said 2,000 pounds of chicken wings. It's pretty cold and snowy, but it's not too bad. It could be a lot worse, I guess.
With so much poverty within the reservation, some people's main source of food is the food distribution that Remember provides.
Remember has been involved with the tribe for 14 years. They will continue to build lasting relationships and give back to the Pine Ridge Reservation.
You become closer to people at large, and this particular place really shows you how to give and give back and give freely, and it's a wonderful feeling to have.
There are some people that will never know who they are helping, yet they continue to push forward with their mission.
The deaths have continuously risen because of the fact that people are making the journey in the most dangerous of places.
The border has become an epicenter for life-saving activists. Humane Borders, an organization in Tucson, attempts to curb the deaths that occur each year in Arizona. Every week, they load up barrels of water and fill water stations for migrants crossing the desert.
We provide humanitarian assistance in the desert through water stations. There are some people that can't go beyond the political issue. What brings us together in terms of this work is the moral response to the death.
See this? This piece was patch up with this barrel right here. It's been taken off. Someone wants to drain these barrels.
Every water station is maintained by volunteers. They have seen their barrels vandalized and drained, but they continue to fill them.
We want borders that are humane. We don't want people dying on the border, and that's kind of at the heart of the organization.
Everywhere in the United States, people are affected by homelessness and poverty, but many organizations are doing their part to help those in need. In Portland, Oregon, there is an organization called Join that goes out into the street at night and delivers blankets and food to the homeless. After they have established a relationship, they refer their clients to their day center, where they can apply for jobs and receive housing.
I just like the way, the philosophy about it. It's so relational and so individualized that we really are about meeting people where they're at. And the way that we run our day center and our other services is based all on that relationship model.
In Elkton, Maryland, the organization Meeting Ground provides shelter, guidance, and spiritual growth to their neighbors. They are focused on getting people back on their feet and doing service and love.
You have to build relationships. You have to get to know people. You have to have interchange. There's no counter where you have servers on one side, receivers on another side. You don't. That line is blurred. We become neighbors and friends, and that's a rare commodity in this day and age.
All across the United States, there are organizations like these doing everything they can to help. CJ is a single mother raising her daughter Joey in Biloxi, Mississippi. Throughout most of their lives, they were homeless. Their current apartment is a one-bedroom, and they are cramped for space. That was until they received good news from Back Bay Mission.
We are in the process of, they don't know it yet, it's supposed to be, surprising. We're going to be moving them to a 2-bedroom when this lease is up, so.
Still here though, right?
Yeah, still here, just in a 2-bedroom.
Oh my God! God, I hadn't had my own bedroom forever.
Yeah, that's
I get my very own bedroom.
Yes.
Oh my God! Oh my God! That's gonna be so cool. I didn't worry about having a bedroom. It was just a roof. Just God, please get us a roof. So we can stay together and everything. And we got that. And we got a roof, and I'm just thankful to have a roof. I wasn't worried about a bedroom or anything else. It's just a roof.
For the Gulf Coast, recovery has been measured by homes built and lives repaired. Since Hurricane Katrina hit in 2005, Biloxi, Mississippi has been recovering, but still needs help. Back Bay Mission continues to bring in large groups to aid with construction projects throughout the community. Schools, churches, and caring individuals bring their efforts and talents to repair a damaged area.
This week we have painted walls, we have sanded, we have caulked, we have spackled, we've about done everything to do with the walls and the woodwork and everything like that.
Just talking with the people here at Biloxi, it's nice to know how much we help and how much the volunteers mean to them. I don't know. I feel like that will keep me coming back, just knowing that I'm making a difference.
Yes, unbelievable. I mean, I've never, always thanking me for allowing me to let them in my house. And I said, wait, get real, guys. Thank you. What can I do for you,
Recovering from disasters is a slow process. Communities that are affected can take years to get back on their feet. Still, volunteers from all across the country continue to bring in helping hands and monetary support to areas that need it. Some people stay a week, others may stay longer, but their intent and what they gain are the same.
Well, the first time really it was, for me it was actually a life-changing experience. When I experienced that kind of giving, just with a little bit of my time and the reward it brought and the changing experience it brought to the people here, it's a no-brainer to keep coming back.
When we started our travels with the UCC, we thought that the trip would be about us. We would travel the United States and document each other on what we were experiencing and how we were growing. We were wrong.
The further we drove, the more we found out that this journey was not about us, but the people around us. What started as a story about our adventure became a story about the love we received from people and their service.
What have you seen? How has it affected you? I think if only we evaluated the how of our life more often, we would be a much better community as a whole.
It's a lot of what you put into it. You know, you can make your experience really great, or you can just go out and kind of do the job, get the work done, but it's more about trying really hard and putting your heart into it.
I just really wanted to do something that was worthwhile, that was furthering not only my own interest but interest of others and helping out in some form.
Looking forward, I can see myself taking a greater sense of hope and the need to be committed to it and work for it and actually move toward whatever good you're headed toward.
Because of the UCC Volunteer Ministries, we've had a year of service we will always cherish. We learned lessons of love and messages of hope that we will share with everyone.
The French mystic Simone Weil said it about right when she said, you can serve a person a bowl of soup, but if you serve that bowl of soup in love, you may save a soul. And the soul she was talking about was her soul, the server's soul, not so much the receiver's. Both are uplifted and can be uplifted in the interchange.
There are incredible people in this world. They are the ones that place their passion into all they do and go out of their way to make sure their friend is okay. No matter where our travels take us or who we meet on the road, there is one lasting lesson. There is only one way to do service, and that's through love. Are you recording this?
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you filming?
No. Filming. Check it, check it, check it. Farm work I've done in 20 years. And this is my bed. As you can see, it's a nice, very nice bed. And over here,
all nicely made up.
And over here is Richard's bed.
Also made up.
Also nicely made up. That cacti is actually not cacti, it's, say it again.
Sawaddle?
Sawaddle. Swallow.
And the four inside four corners.
I have bingo.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have bingo.